Welcome back. We are all worshipers without exception. The big question is who or what do we worship? And as parents, how are we helping our children to worship that which is worthy of worship? As you looked over the review and discussion questions, I will now focus on these in our wrap-up time. In question 1, we see that the connection between our children being interpreters and parents, as we are responsible to teach them God's Word. For God's Word provides the proper interpretation of our experiences. Children will make incorrect interpretations without God's Word that will lead them to live a life incorrectly. Paul showed us that our children are worshipers by what they demand, by how they react when they don't get their way, by how they manipulate, by what is most important to them, or by how they spend their time. You might have talked about some specific examples in your own home. Then the social community, how it shows the importance of living out sacrificial love toward one another. And why is that important? Well, it shows a model of God's love toward us. It allows for needs to be provided for. It builds trust. How can we create a redemptive community? A redemptive community in our families. I would love to have the opportunity to hear from so many of you and the personal examples from your own life. We can do it by allowing our children to make mistakes and not hold it against them. We ask for and offer forgiveness from each other and from God. And yes, this includes us asking our children to forgive us when we mess up. We are honest about our own weaknesses. We encourage honesty rather than self-righteousness. My prayer for each of us is that we are seeing our kids move toward God. They are growing in sacrificial love. They are valuing God and what God values. If this is happening in our homes, we are experiencing success in God's blessing. Take some time between this session and the next one to work through your discussion guide and the personal reflection section and getting to the heart of your children's section. This will help in putting to practice what we are learning. And I'll see you next time as we get to the heart of behavior.